Hello again. Um, as the title how says, more on health in the witchy community, and this doesn't just apply to the witches, everybody. But since how it's a witchy channel, and I am not going to turn this in to a health channel, that is not what it is. But um, as I said, I always like to bring y'all on my journey with me, and I've got to lose some weight. It's not healthy. I don't like it, so therefore, when you don't feel good about yourself, you just don't feel good about anything, do you? And the reason I am so onto the nutrition part of it is, with anything else, if you put poison in your body, you're gonna feel like crap, right? Now, I'm not saying go overboard. I'm not saying, well, I'm gonna give up on meat. You go from one extreme to the other. That's not the way to do it. Cut down. Do your research on everything you eat. I know it sounds like a pain, but there's all kinds of doctors, actual doctors on YouTube that tell you, hey, Carla, mhm, that tell you what to eat and what not to eat, the foods that are good for you, the foods that aren't. There's good fats, there's bad fats. I mean, you know, it would take me a very long time and many, many videos to go into every single detail about it. Um, the top thing to remember is stay away from corn syrup, okay? Anything that has corn syrup in it. Hi, Mama Wolf. I'm so glad to see you too. I know y'all are sleeping when I'm usually on here. But anyway, yeah, stay away from the corn syrups. Sugars, your granulated sugar, if at all possible. Now, I'm not saying you have to quit completely, as the old cliche goes, everything in moderation. You can have a little bit of sugar throughout the week here and there. Just don't overdo it. Don't poison your body with it. And guys, I'm horrible, okay? With my pop, with my soda pop. It's not Dr. Pepper, but it's root beer and it's just as bad, okay? Um, I was actually going to go to the store today. I had good plans, I promise. And I woke up, got around, and my damn ankles and feet are so swelled up that it's not comfortable for me to walk around today. And I sure don't want to try to hobble around in Walmart. Oh, I know, Mama Wolf. I It's going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. I honestly think I could quit smoking easier than giving up my Dr. Pepper now. I don't eat anything prepackaged like Hamburger Helper. Oh, you don't? Well, now Hamburger Helper's not that bad, is it? Uh, because you have your packets of noodles or rice, whichever one you get, and they're just plain dried, right? You don't like? Oh, I cook a lot of Hamburger Helper. I know I can do it too. We can do anything we want to do. I mean, need to do if we want to do it. We have to set our minds to do it. Oh, man. But y'all, I hate water. And I know I need it. My body needs it for everything to keep your body moving the way it should and to hydrate your skin and um I don't know. I can't do it. Hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm doing a video. Are you home? Oh, it's okay. I'll call you back when I get done here. All right, bye. Well, lo- I just started log on. All right, bye. Sorry. Make your own hamburger helper. Now, Carla, I'm awesome, but I don't think I can make my own homemade noodles. I probably could, but I've just never been a baker per se. But what's the difference? That's what I'm not understanding, Carla. I mean, you have the noodles in the bag. They haven't got anything on them, and then you just have the spices in the package that you put in there with it. What's the difference in buying it all in a box or buying the noodles separate over here and using your own spices? A lot of salt and hamburger helper. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the spices are probably. See, that's another thing, guys. I got to give up the salt. I do. I have high blood pressure, and it's one of the reasons probably my ankles and my feet are all swelled up today is because I ate ham the other morning for breakfast, which I love ham. If it's prepackaged, it's full of all kinds of crap that you don't need. So it would have to be what's in the mix, that you put in there to make it, right? Is what you're saying? Yeah, I can see that. I guess, it's really, you guys, it's it's probably the convenience thing, you know? I mean, like if you're working during the day and you only have 30 minutes for lunch, you know, um most people either don't have time or they just haven't thought it out enough to figure out what they want to eat every day for lunch at work the next week and go to the store and get it on the weekend and all that planning to bring their own lunch, a healthy lunch. So what do? They run across the street to McDonald's or Burger King or, some fast food that's somewhere close, um, and grab something to eat right quick. It's convenient, it's fast, and very unhealthy. Yeah, Carla, I actually have on my grocery list, y'all would be proud of me. I made a list, which I make lists, but this has good things on it. Mrs. Dash is one of them. And y'all, I've known this for a long time, but I can't stand the taste of it. Apple cider vinegar is one of the best things out there. I mean, of course, you don't want to sit there and drink a whole bottle every day. No, no, no. You can put a tablespoon in with your salad dressings, or you can implement it anywhere. Um, it is so good for you, and if you can stand to drink it, You find a lot of these recipes for these drinks with apple cider vinegar, and it has lemon. And I wrote one down that a doctor, it's motivational something. I meant to write that down so I could tell y'all who I listened to, but what I have oh, okay. It's apple cider vinegar, garlic, honey, lemon, and ginger. Don't sound very good, does it? But if you don't want to sit there and mix all them together and drink them in one setting, then implement those ingredients in different foods. I prepare all of my meals for a week on Sundays. Oh, really? You do all that cooking on a Sunday and then what, freeze them? They sit in the refrigerator all week? I mean, lean meats and lots of veggies. Yeah. Also, which, I'm sure we're older women, so we know about a lot more about this stuff than the younger ones. The younger ones probably don't even pay attention. Of course, nowadays everybody's on this gluten-free diet. I didn't even know what gluten was. It's funny how I know a lot about all kinds of stuff, but you asked me what gluten is, I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a muscle in my body? uh, the honey helps with the vinegar. Yeah. So have you drank that, Carla? Oh, and I don't like lemon in anything, y'all. I mean, like maybe over my salad or eating it by itself. But every time I tried to drink water and put lemon in it like people do, and to me it tastes like a household cleaning product smells. So I don't want it. Eat lots of salads. Yeah. I always have ate a lot of salads. But yeah, the dressing is what'll get you. Um, Now that, as y'all can tell, my bottom teeth aren't good, so it's hard for me to chew lettuce anymore. And believe it or not, lettuce has no nutritional value. It is almost 100% water. So I guess, you could consider that nutritional. But as far as they're saying now that it has certain vitamins in it, but not enough to actually calculate. I don't know. That's why I'm saying you'd have to do your own research because not everybody's in agreement on every little thing. Surround sound outside, all the neighbors can hear you. Oh my God, Dan. A witch speaking on nutrition while she smokes a cigarette and drinks a root beer, huh? Romaine lettuce. Is that different? I mean, I thought all lettuce in its bio makeup was the same, really. And I'll tell y'all, when you get to looking at everything, and here lately, groceries are through the ceiling as it is. I mean, everything's so much more expensive. And then you try to get these health foods like these fresh vegetables and fruits. It's expensive. It really is. So I can see why a lot of people don't get them and therefore don't eat them because it just costs too damn much, especially for single moms and um, that don't make a whole lot of money. I mean, they don't have hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month to spend on groceries. When I try to lose weight, well, that's the kick I'm on, Mama Wolf. I've got to lose this weight. I am not happy. I can't be it can't be good for my health and my heart. As y'all know, I have heart issues, so um it can't be good. And of course still doing this, I've got to I've got to lose weight. And it's so foreign to me because I was always so little. I mean, this is just honestly one thing in my life I never thought I'd have to worry about. Even my cardiologist told me the last time I seen her that I needed to lose some weight. And as y'all know, being women about my age, when you go through that change and get older and your metabolism slows down and all that, it is so hard to lose weight, especially when you're not as mobile as you used to be. I mean, and arthritis and all our other little good friends, keep us from doing a lot of stuff, certain exercises and real good cardio workup. But they say that that's what got me on the vinegar thing, that it burns belly fat while it's in your body. I've never been little. Boy, I was, Carla. I weighed maybe 110 pounds my whole life, unless I was pregnant. I think both of my kids, I weighed 135 pounds when I had them. And I was healthy. There wasn't nothing wrong with me. I was just looked like a pregnant Barbie doll, everybody told me. And then all of a sudden I wake up one day and poof, there's my gut. And a couple of years later, poof, there it is, bigger. I like to call it my COVID cheesecake, and that's Dan's fault. He fed me full of cheesecake during COVID. Yeah. I use a water drops in my water, just a few drops, add flavor to the water. Are you talking about lemon, Mama Wolf? Is that what you put in there? My left leg is 135 pounds. I know. I used to be really thin, and I was up until I think I finally got to about 140 pounds when I was probably about, I don't know, 47. And now here I am, almost 56, and I weigh 170 pounds. 170 pounds. God, what the hell? Comes in a lot of flavors. And see, and that's another thing too. You have to be careful. They've got them Crystal Light packages, and you can buy the generic ones, to flavor your water. But isn't that just like drinking Kool-Aid? All the sugar that you're trying to avoid. I mean, it's kind of like a catch 22. But there's a lot of herbs too. If you study your herbs, cayenne pepper, little things that you can put in, black pepper, the the whole pepper, that you grind up is better because it hasn't been broken down and treated. Um, they say that's better, but it burns fat and it has real good antioxidants in it. Um, it was just amazing how many things that you can do each day to cut down, on to help you lose weight, to cut that belly fat out. I don't know. Yeah, I got up to 205. Never been this heavy in my whole life. I'll be trying to. You want to do it with me then, Mama Wolf? I've got to do it. I just have to do it. It's going to be hard though. And they say, you don't have to be a fanatic about it. You don't have to. Everybody goes from one extreme to the other. Like per se quitting smoking. Okay, it'd be great if you could just quit cold turkey. Um, but if you're a 2 pack a day smoker, that's probably going to be extremely hard. If you don't lose your mind. So cut way the hell down. Even, cut yourself, go to a pack a day and then try to go to 10 a day. And if you can get down to 5 a day, maybe 3 a day, I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know. I mean, I'm no doctor or anything like that. I am in nursing, but I'm not a dietitian, and a lot of this we learned even, when I was a nurse's aide. They teach you this stuff so you can help your residents. So when you're feeding people, what they need to eat and how much, you do their intakes and their outputs and all this documentation to keep that person healthy. It comes in a lot of, okay, I'll do it with you. Okay, Carla. So I got 2 of y'all. Okay, so weigh yourselves, okay? And keep a diary. Now, you don't have to write down every single thing you do of every minute of the day. Just like an over around what you did that day. Did you exercise? What exercise did you do and for how long? What did you eat? Write down what you ate and what you drink. Hey, I'll take the heart issue, not the cheesecake one. Yeah, that cheesecake was your fault, Dan. You're the one that kept going out and buying it for me. And I ate it like a good girl. Yeah, but ladies, we don't have to go crazy, Take baby steps, you know? Um, I don't know. But maybe if we work together, we can, even if we just lose 10 pounds, hey, it's an accomplishment, right? You wouldn't want to go through withdrawal going cold turkey. Yeah, I know. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine. Anybody that knows me would not want to be around me without a cigarette and without my caffeine, without my pop. Ugh. And I'm telling y'all, I did uh, start cutting down on my pop just because. And let me tell y'all, I got some of the worst headaches I've ever had from caffeine withdrawal. And people think that that's not true. Well, drink as much pop as I do for as many years as I have, and then don't drink it at all. One day, I guarantee you, by the end of the night, by the end of the day, you're going to have a headache from hell. And what's ironic, and medication wise, whenever you have migraines, most of the migraine medicines are full of caffeine. That's what helps get rid of the headache. And I'm not kidding. um, if my best friends took my advice about smoking 2 less cigarettes each day, she's now down to 2 cigarettes a day. Yeah, see? Yeah. And I know especially those of us that are in a weird part of our life, everything's going wrong. It's not really a good time to take up or lay down a habit, because, you're already bumfuzzled and freaking out. So, you don't want to add to the trauma, but um, if you take, it's just like in our craft. If we know a situation or a household is toxic, if you have friends that, or say your girlfriend, her and her husband, all they do is fight. They invited you over, but all they do is fight, so you don't want to be there, right? You don't want to be in that toxic environment. So you stay away. Well, it's like anything else, maybe if you change what's going in your body that is toxic, maybe your whole demeanor will change, your attitude, you'll have more energy to do some exercises, and it just kind of snowballs, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're thinner, you're healthier, you're happier, and then you say, I am so glad I done that. I'm so glad I made those sacrifices, right? Because nothing that we get worth anything comes easily. You want some bad enough, you got to work for it. And this is what I keep trying to tell myself, because I have health issues too. Um, I can't I can't run like I used to. And I run out of breath a lot when I walk, but there's other things that you can do. There's other little exercises that you can do. I mean, they're all over the internet. All you have to do is look for them. That's all I've been doing all day is researching stuff and trying to come up with some sort of game plan to get busy. In the environment I'm in right now, it's kind of hard to have room to do anything, to be honest. I mean, um, yeah, so uh, I don't know. That 10 pounds loss. Exactly, Carla. My doctor knows that she's not taking my coffee. See? But actually, coffee is good for you. It really is. It's everything we put in it, just like, especially witches, I know, we like our hot teas. Um, you got to be careful what you put in it. That sugar, the very thing you're trying to avoid, you put it in there. Um, Creamers, these flavored creamers that everybody gets, they're good, but they're full of things that aren't good for you. Except unless you use almond milk or any kind of nutty milk, you know, um, those are actually good for you. I've cut a lot of negative people from my life. Yeah, and unfortunately, we have to do that sometimes because, well, you just have to do it for many, many reasons, to save your own space and your own aura. And um, because we as witches, we attract things anyway. Negativity loves to try to get at us. There are exercises you can do. Yeah. Yeah, Mama Wolf, that's what I was saying. Or, there's ones that you can just stand up, use a table and do certain things, Of course, people need to make sure that even the smallest thing, sometimes you may need to stand on one leg for a second. If you can't do that, I mean, it's common sense. Don't do it. Your capabilities, what you can and can't do. Um, Me drinking coffee is good for those around me. Yeah, that's what I said. Let me have my pop and my cigarette, and I'm gonna leave everybody alone. I use 1 teaspoon of honey in my tea. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was kind of gonna get around to is honey. And honey's a wonderful antibacterial. Did y'all know that? It is. Now, I have drank tea, honey in my tea before, but of course it wasn't sweet enough for me. You know, when you're used to drinking 15 gallons of sugar a day, but it's something I'm going to have to get used to, you know, and like salt. And that's why, as Carla said, I have Mrs. Dash on my list because I like spicy food. I like my food to pop. I want it to taste very well. And I love herbs and spices and I love salt. So I'm going to have to replace it or I'm going to keep up this infernal swelling and, you know, not being mobile makes me swell nowadays too. So when I'm sitting in this chair all day long with my feet hanging down and then wonder how come, you know, I wake up and both of my feet look like clubs, you know. And then you can't get up and walk because, you know, you step down on your feet and everything feels like your skin's just going to bust open. Um, as with anything, as y'all know about me, I try to implement, and even if I don't try, um, the craft always finds its way into my everyday living, every second. Um, the meditation, you know, that we do could help a whole lot because some of these things, like the caffeine, you know, your body actually goes through withdrawal symptoms. You can get pretty edgy, bitchy. The nicotine's even worse, you know. Okay, Carla, I'm so glad you were on here. I'm glad I got to talk to you. We're talking about food and diet, and Carla says, I got to go feed my husband. But yeah, do anything you can do to get rid of toxic things. You know, we're always talking about spells and protection and all that to put around us to keep negativity and things away from us. We don't stop and think that it's inside our very core. It's very present in our inside our bodies, and it can make you really sick. It can lead to other diseases. It breaks down your immune system. It's hard on your heart. You name it. Blood pressure. Um, you don't have a well running oiled machine anymore. You've got a glob of crap stacked on top of each other. Did you just quit all at once, Mama Wolf, or did you taper off? That's why you have me for your honey. A lot of sweet and not bitter. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, Dan. But good. Now I've got two of y'all that are going to work together with me on it. So remember, Mama Wolf, weigh yourself how much you weigh, or if you already know, whatever. In 1 month, we'll go 1 month, okay? Um, so April 27th. Yeah, yeah. Ah, I know I could do it if I don't want to. That's the problem. Oh, I need to though. I mean, that is what caused my heart attack. Well, they blamed it on that, and I'm not saying it helped, but, heart disease runs in my family big time. My grandpa died of a heart attack when he was 32 years old. Um, of course, I did too. But technology brought me back, and technology saved me. Literally, back when my grandpa died, they didn't have stents. You know, um, just if it hadn't have been for what we know nowadays in the medical field, I wouldn't be here talking to you. Yeah. Yeah, and we can keep each other motivated because it's not gonna be easy for me. And it's gonna definitely be a challenge for me. I'm just I was so thin my whole life that I don't know, I could always eat what I wanted and not ever gain a pound. But I should have looked at the genetics in my family too, um, because on my daddy's side, the women, the little fat Irish women, uh, and I mean, they got pretty chunky, my great grandmother, my grandmother, um, I don't know. I just have to work harder, I guess, or should have started sooner, you know. Um, that's what I was gonna say about the heart deal. My little sister, um, she had a heart attack, a big one, a real big one. Um, and she's never smoked in her life. She goes to the gym every day and she eats very well, very healthy. Total opposite of me. And her heart attack was actually classified as worse than mine. Now, you can't tell me that's just not genetics. So if you know that your mom and dad are heavy people, even though you may not be heavy at the time, that means that, there's your warning sign. Now's the time to start watching what you eat and exercising more. And so when and getting older, most people, um, that's pretty much, their weight gain's a big issue, especially in women, going through menopause and stuff like that. Our body changes, our whole chemical makeup changes, and therefore a lot of us feel like we're losing our freaking minds. Um, diet, diet, it it is just so important in every little detail of your life, what you put in your body. You know, it's even been known to help with depression. And I'm not talking about, oh, I had a fight with my boyfriend. I'm all upset. I'm going to go get a gallon of ice cream and eat it. That's not what I'm talking about. Although I guess that's okay every once in a while. My mom was on the heavy side. My dad was always thin. Yeah. Through my line of family on my dad's side, that's pretty much how it was. The women were chunky monkeys and the men were, pretty skinny. Um, I don't know, but I don't like it. I can't wear any of my cute clothes anymore. Um, Not to mention I just can't afford to go buy a new wardrobe every time I get fatter. Even my scrubs that, for nursing, I had to keep going to a bigger size and a bigger size, and I was like, "What in the world?" And those things stretch. but mine is mainly in my gut. It's belly fat. I literally look worse and bigger than I did when I was 9 months pregnant. Oh, it's got to go away. Green tea. Green tea evidently is a miracle liquid. It helps burn body fat. It helps with antibacterial um, stuff. It's just really healthy for you. Until, like me, you put and I don't use real milk. I use the coffee, the powdered creamer, which is full of corn syrup, which is a no-no. Can't, I can't do anything right. I know what you mean. Feel the same. I gain in my butt and gut. Well, if my gut wasn't so big and I could keep it everywhere else, I finally got boobs, half and half. Yeah. And I'm part Cherokee, and it's a running joke in my family that, on my mama's side, that she always calls it a Cherokee flat ass. I'm sorry you got that Cherokee flat ass. I love it. But yeah, no, I never had a butt. Now I got a butt, but it looks okay. It's just my gut. I'm not happy with my gut at all. I would stand up and show you, but I don't want to. Oh, you got to laugh about it. Be fat and jovial, I guess. I don't know. I would try not to use anything at all in it. No creamer, no milk, a little bit of honey. But some of those teas are kind of bitter. I really like that chai tea. I really, really like the chai tea. And the cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good for, battling things. And um, like I always say, just like, we use certain herbs in the craft for certain things. If you want a protection spell and blah blah blah, what's one of our first go-to things? It's usually a lot of times cinnamon, you know. Um, and for luck, cinnamon is just good for everything. So why wouldn't it be good for, to put in your teas? If I drink blood and worship Satan, shut up, Aiden. Funny, funny. No, it doesn't make you a real witch, dear. How are you doing? We're talking about being fat and how much I need to lose weight really bad. Really bad. It's at an alarming level. Trying to do a healthy lifestyle is I light my cigarette. My one cup of coffee I've been learning. Yeah, and the way they're talking, that one cup of coffee isn't gonna harm you. Coffee is actually really good for you. Um, but with anything that you overindulge in or overdo, even if it starts out to be good for you, can turn bad because it's just too much. I always had a great pet, Dan. I'm good, just cut moves and stuff. and hopefully we'll find a better job soon. Money is tight. I know that seems to be everybody's issue, Aiden. It's just bad everywhere. That's why when I come on here and tell everybody to keep their heads up, I'm pretty much trying to talk myself into it too, because I've had a rough couple of years, man. Wow. But, I got to do something about it. I have to do something about it. And I'm the only one that can. And starting with my health and working from the inside out, it's my one thing I enjoy. Yeah. Yeah. Um, have that cup of coffee. Have a soda a day. No, it's not good for you, but it doesn't mean that you have to quit it completely. That's what I was saying. Everybody goes from one extreme to the other. I used to always say there is nothing worse than a reformed alcoholic or reformed anything. Because if you'll notice, and they know it too, one day they're on a soapbox telling you how wonderful it is and how everybody else should do it and blah blah blah. And the very next day, they're drunk in a bar stool somewhere. Because it's a flip flop. Most of the time when people say things and, like me right now talking about weight loss, I say things out loud to put it out in the universe to let it know, hey, I want to try this, help me. I'm speaking it into existence. I am going to lose this weight. I am going to be healthier. I am going to be happier. Anyways, I've got to work, so I'll see you later. I'll be online Wednesday if you want to. Okay. All right, Aiden. Yeah. Speaking into his existence, you have to have the determination, the willpower, and the want to do it. And that's where I'm going to have my issue. Just like when I say I'm going to cut down on my smoking, what do? I smoke a half a pack of cigarettes thinking about it. It makes me nervous. And a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper. And then I say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start and I'm going to do this and do that. Well, tomorrow gets here and then it's always tomorrow. And before you know it, you've gained another 20 pounds because you kept saying tomorrow. I know. This isn't the first time I've thought of this, but here a couple of months ago, I just really haven't been in the right frame of mind, to be honest, to try to attempt to do anything. That's what I said in my video before this and about your mental health. Your mental health, you've got to take care of it too. It is just as important, if not more so, than the rest of your body. You have to take care of your mind. You have to learn how to let things go, and it's so hard. Dealing with regret and kicking yourself in the ass all the time, and especially when you have a lot of time on your hands. Like me, all I do is sit and think, and I get kind of dangerous when I do that. So the first 3 weeks are always the hardest for me. Then I'm fine with no problem sticking with it. Oh yeah, 3 weeks, huh? Oh no. Oh no. I need to double up on my fish oil too. Keep them omega-3s moving around. I'm glad you and Carla said that y'all do this with me because we can have our own little support system. Or if you find out something else that might help me, please let me know. you know, because I'm pretty determined this time. The weather's getting nicer. It's going to be easier, to get outside and go for a walk. I don't know. As long as there's no loose dogs running around that want to chew me up. Afraid to even walk around in neighborhoods anymore. People don't keep their dogs on a chain or in a yard where it'll hold them. Take a multivitamin when I try to lose weight. Yeah, and that's good because any other nutrients that you might be missing, you know, um, you'll get back in your vitamin. I was thinking about maybe, you can have one good sized meal earlier in the day, because for some reason, most people, I'm a firm believer, not just because I'm a witch, but, our bodies are also ruled by the moon. I'm sorry, but I just believe that. Just as the tides are, we are 70% water, 72%. I don't know the exact percentage, but we have a lot of water in our body. And so why wouldn't it be ruled by if by the moon? If it can rule the tides, that's a heavy job right there. Why wouldn't it, rule the fluids in our body? And so I think that's a lot of the reason in the evening time, even the experts will tell you don't eat after 6 p.m. You know, um, for some reason your metabolism slows down in the evening time. It does me too. I live and breathe the moon. I love the moon. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking, have your biggest meal during the day, and it would aid in digestion. You're sitting there all full at 6 o'clock in the evening. Well, you've got what, 3 hours before most people are ready to go to bed. Then what happens? You go to sleep on a full stomach. That can create refluxes, heartburn, indigestion. Um, your body's not moving and creating that friction that causes that heat to burn that fat off. So what's it doing? It's just sitting in your cells, and your cells are getting bigger and bigger while you sleep. Help what, Dan? What do you need help with? Well, I know you need help, but Lord, Lord. But yeah, I'm bound to determine I'm gonna do this. So just letting y'all know. 1 month from today, I'm gonna weigh me and I'm gonna tell y'all. But what I was gonna say, Mama Wolf, if you're still on here, I only show one person. Anyway, uh, is you can get that Insure or those, um, supplemental drinks. Of course, once again, we'd have to watch the sugar, and they're expensive. I know they are. Um, the Equate ones that are just as good, but maybe drink one of them in the evening because that they have your vitamins and minerals in them, and we need good fat. Good fats eat the bad fats. Your HDLs, your LDLs, um, avocado. Avocados are excellent for good cholesterol. Good fats, and they eat up the other ones. So even if you could just eat an avocado, and I mean, I love avocado, but they're expensive. Like I said, you want to eat healthy, but it just costs too damn much to go to the grocery store. Um, a banana, cut up a half a banana and put it in your cereal in the morning or your oatmeal or eat it by itself. Full of potassium, which is needed by your heart. If you're low on potassium, after I had my heart attack, this made me start thinking about it because when I was at the heart hospital, they check you over and up and down. Um, I had almost no potassium in my body. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if the extremely low potassium caused, well, I know it caused a heart attack, but actually pushed it right along, or if when I had my heart attack, it depleted my potassium in some way. And I have not found anybody, not my cardiologist, I have not found anyone on the internet that can answer that question. How did all my potassium just, I had a tiny bit, but not near what needed to be in my body. I don't know where it went. And then my iron too. My iron was gone. I had no iron. They actually gave me iron, whatever. Somehow put iron, gave me iron through my IV. That's how anemic I was. So I don't know. Calcium is extremely important. And they talk about these vitamins, and I'm not saying nothing bad against vitamins, but if you eat a healthy diet, as usual, don't go overboard. Um, if you know you're eating pretty healthy and you're getting, your nutrients from table food, leave it alone, because I'll tell you what happens when you take all these vitamins and supplements that you don't need. Your body uh, has its fill of them, and how does it get rid of them? They either go to your bladder or they go to your intestines, to where they're filtered out of your body. Okay, one example that I can prove that I know 100% it was proven at a job I was on. A doctor actually told us um, vitamin C. Okay. Now, we all know that vitamin C is wonderful for your skin, your hair, your immune system. It's what the go to every winter when people are, wanting to boost their immune systems to avoid the common cold, flus, what have you. Yes, it is a very good thing. But when your body has enough of it and tries to get rid of it, it doesn't, how do I put this? It's not as soluble as you would think. It sits, it hangs on, it's a clinger. So when it gets in your bladder to be passed out through your body in the urine, it actually builds up in your bladder and can cause bladder and kidney infections. Yeah. So, and I remember in sports when I was younger, we'd have them big old, and we'd get big gallon jugs of them, and we would just, I mean, they were big. They looked like little, those sweet tarts, and they were pure vitamin C, orange, and they tasted like, orange tang. And we'd sit there and eat them like candy. Um, Little did we know, of course, and if you drink a lot of water, a lot of that can be flushed out, which is another reason you need to drink a lot of water. One of many, many thousands of reasons. But it goes back to the same old thing. Too much of anything is makes it a bad thing. Wine, um, I've even heard of some gynecologists telling you, and obstetricians, all them that OBGYNs, they will tell you to drink a glass of wine in the evening when you're pregnant because it helps with your kidney function. It helps build blood. But if you drink a bottle of it every day, it's not a good thing anymore. It is soluble, yes, but it's got I can't remember the word they use for it. It stays in your bladder. It's like it has a buildup with it like calcium, like calcium does to pipes, your water pipes. Um, Vitamin C will build up in your bladder the same way. And probably a lot of those or those vitamins probably do that. Now, taking one multivitamin a day isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these people that go out there, they'll take a multivitamin, they'll also take vitamin C, then they'll take an iron or, all these other herbal things. They're taking 30 pills a day, just vitamins and supplements. That's too much. One multivitamin a day is sufficient. If your body needs something, it will tell you. I assure you. We have um, our body will let us know. There will be signs and symptoms if you're so deficient in a vitamin. It will start telling you. Then you can take that vitamin or eat more foods. It's better to get it out of the foods. The more water and tea I drink, the less hungry I am. Yeah, that's true. Um, that's what they tell you when you're trying to lose weight. Uh, don't, don't drink with your meals, because you'll get fuller when you drink and you won't eat as much. Yeah, I meant to say that the other way. I think you know what I meant. If you drink with so therefore, if you drink with your meal, it'll take the place of some of that food. Like Asian food, I always wondered, I never was much of a Chinese eater. Now, just up until literally in the last 20 years, I don't think I'd ever even tried Asian food. It just never sounded good to me, but I don't care for the soy sauce. Um, Actually, the Asian food's pretty healthy except for the soy sauce because it's truly nothing but salt. I mean, if you taste soy sauce, it is like drinking salt water to me. And you put it on the food, and I don't like that. I just don't like soy sauce. So I thought all the food had soy sauce in it, so I wouldn't eat it. But I come to find out, it doesn't, and it's actually pretty healthy for you. And the way they cook it, it's all about how you prepare the food too. Um, Olive oil is probably one of the best things you can put in your body. Cook with it. You can put a tablespoon. Um, there's another recipe for that too, like maybe a half a teaspoon in with this and that. I'll get these recipes and share them with you if you want them. But olive oil is wonderful. It's good for a lot of things. Put it on your skin. Use it as a moisturizer. And I'm talking about, the EVO, the extra virgin olive oil is the best kind. But two, once again, we go back to cost. because some of that stuff is really expensive. Avocado oil, cook with it, but it is very expensive, worse than olive oil. There's my baby girl coughing again. I'm about to have to give her medicine. Lexi. But anyway, we're going to try this, and y'all share with me what you might think up to do, and I'll do the same because I'm always researching something. So I need to feel better. I need to quit sitting around thinking about things and get up and do something about it. With every part of my life, my health, my body, my mind, my situation, my living arrangements. I need to get some stuff in order, and I just need to start somewhere, you know. Um, I know I will be so much happier. And nobody wants to live miserably, right? So anyway, I guess I'll get off here. Mama Wolf, is there anything else you want to talk about now that I'm done talking about all that health stuff? Unless you want to still talk about it, we can talk about anything you want. We can visit, or if you need to go, that's fine too. Whatever. Are you still here? Dan, are you still here? Okay. Yeah. There's so many other. I took some notes, and there's so many other things in foods. I just have to tell everybody, that just do their own research. I mean, we pretty much, know in a roundabout way what's good. We know vegetables are good, and canned stuff. Oh, if you can get fresh vegetables, that's the best, of course. But once again, it's a money thing, or you have to cook that stuff pretty quickly. And when I shop, I'm so used to going and shopping for a month at a time. I need things that will last. And what do we go to? Canned stuff. Canned vegetables, canned fruits, even, so that stuff don't ruin. That's the problem with it with ham. I mean, ham's a salty meat anyway, but any pork um, is salty to begin with, and then they cure it. Well, what are they curing in? Salt. So I love it, but it is really hard on my body, and really, not good for me. But yeah. So when I made and I'll tell you another thing I'm bad about is cheese. I'm a cheese eater. I love cheese. I can't, and nor will I ever give up cheese, probably. It's horrible for you. It's really not good for you. I mean, I guess a little bit, but it's got a lot of cholesterol in it. The kind of cheese I like anyway. I like the good old American and the Longhorn and the jalapeno cheese and the cheddars. And yeah, I usually will buy frozen vegetables when I have my own place and my own refrigerator and all that, my own freezer. Um, that's usually what I get. But here, I don't have the room, or for anything really, not to shop the way I'm used to shopping. I mean, I may go spend between $300 and $400 at the grocery store, but I won't have to go back for months unless it's for, I don't know, like milk or bread, you know, eggs, stuff like that. Just a quick trip, not a major shopping spree. But yeah, I'm gonna get me some of that Mrs. Dash. I actually thought I had some. Yeah, they even mentioned the chia seeds. That chia seeds get in there and they swell up kind of like a sponge, they swell up and take up space and make you less hungry. And they have antioxidants in them. Yeah. Well, now that I'm older and it's a little bit, harder for me to get around and carry stuff, um, I like to have somebody go with me because, well, I just dread going to the grocery store. Usually, used to, I loved it. But now, just, you know, getting them all out of the cart and putting them in your car and then getting them from the car into the house. But it'll be okay. You have to do it. And then, like I said, I don't even know how to shop any other way. I'm so used to shopping in bulk and buying, large quantities at a time that I now when I'm at the store, it almost throws me into a little tizzy because uh I get out of my comfort zone. I usually know what I'm doing and I'm organized, and then I have to change it up and it just messes with me. It's like, well, I usually buy like this, and I buy my meats in a big package, and then I separate them all. Uh, might buy a package of pork chops with 12 in them, and then I'll put two in, some foil and freeze them that way, and I've got 6 meals in that one package. We have food delivery here. Yeah, and do you go through Walmart? Because Walmart will do that now too. They besides going and doing your shopping for you to where, you can just go and pick it up. It's already bagged up and ready to go. You just go pick it up. They're saying that they'll deliver it to your house too, but doesn't that cost like extra? Stop and shop. I mean, I've never checked into it to see how much it costs or if it costs extra, but I'm sure it does. And plus, I think it helps us get out of the house, especially, the ones that are retired in our age and getting heavier and these health issues that need mobility. I think it's good for them to get out and walk around Walmart. I'm not saying you got to go in there and, spend hours and buy $700 worth of groceries. I'm saying, whenever you have somebody else do your shopping for you, it kind of takes away from a little bit of your exercise if you never get any, you know? And I'm not that trusting anyway. I want to see what I'm getting, and I want to know that that's what I want when I put it in that basket and there's no mistakes. I don't want to trust somebody else to get my stuff and then get home and go, that's not what I had on my list. Or I didn't want that brand. I wanted this brand, you know? Although, I checked it out online. You do go in there and look at the pictures and you click on what you want. So I've just never tried it. I've just never tried it. Not saying I wouldn't, but I kind of like, it gets me out. It gives me something to do. And even when I don't want to go, once I get there and get to walking around, I'm okay with it. I had to shop this way because my husband can't get around like he did after his blood clot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I'm sorry about that. Where did you say you're at, Mama Wolf? What state? What time did I say I was going to give? Yeah, I got to give Lexi her medicine. I'll tell you, I wish I had some witches living around here. There probably is. I just don't know them. Connecticut? Wow. My brother lived in Connecticut. His first wife was from there. Of course, he was in the Air Force, but when they'd come in um, to the States, then that's where they stayed. He ended up buying a house, and once he knew he was going to stay, around here, not travel all over the stinking world, that he bought a house in Massachusetts. Oh, I know it gets cold up there. Woohoo! I don't know. I think I've just come to the conclusion that I need to, instead of, sitting around thinking about crap, I need to get up and do it. I'm so bad about that. And nowadays, I'll sit around and I'll think up all this stuff I need to do, and then I don't do anything. I need to be active, put thoughts into motion. Born in Mass, moved to Connecticut when I'm at my. Oh yeah, my brother lived in Amesbury. I don't remember where my sister-in-law lived at that time. What part of Connecticut, anyway? I knew at one time, but I don't remember now. He got remarried, um, so I don't remember. But he sent my grandma pictures and stuff. It was really pretty. Monson, Maine. Yeah, I'm just not familiar with any of that up there. I think the furthest north I've been is Illinois. Yep. Yep. I've been to the edge of each coast, though. California to Florida and all points in between. 3 hours from Boston. Yep, never been there. There's a lot of places I'd like to go. I want to go to Greece so bad. I say that every video, don't I? I really do. But I don't know. I think what made me start thinking about the nutrition is, um, even though we're witches, we have to take care of our tool. You have to take care of your tools. And what is our biggest tool? Our mind, our body. Can't have good and effective magic if, the wand's broke. Just saying. And I'm broke. Hey, John. Only been far west to the Mississippi, really. I was born and raised in Texas, and I now live in Oklahoma. The body is the most profound of temples. Yes, it is. How'd class go today, John? Did you do your work? Mama Wolf, he stayed up with me till probably 4 o'clock this morning, chatting. And he had work to do for school, college. Yeah. Well, I have my day crew and my night crew. It's just I hardly ever get on here during the daytime. And you and Carla are daytime. You know, I usually do my videos about 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm usually up all night. That's my quiet time. I like it. The world's quieter. It's definitely quieter around here. It's so peaceful. I enjoy it. So I stay up most every night, all night, unless I'm working and I have to adjust my schedule. But yeah, I had said too that the next time I come on here, I'm going to have my hair done and my face on too. Did you see it happening? Of course, now I got to say, at least the thoughts are in my head now, and they didn't even used to be there. So I don't know. I think it is my age, you guys. I really do. I think I'm having a midlife crisis and I'm not aware of it yet. Or I just haven't put two and two together. I don't know. Yeah, mine is too. It's really long. I mean, it's down to my butt. So I think that's why I don't wash it that often. Because it's really kind of a pain in the butt to wash. Yeah. I had mine thinned out because I thought maybe that's what was giving me a lot of my headaches. I used to have really bad headaches. I mean, migraines, where you're puking and they're just horrible. And little did I know that was one of the signs I was about to have a freaking heart attack if I didn't watch what I was doing, and there it went. My hair is very short. It takes 30 seconds to clean and style. Really, John. Rub it in. Yeah, I wouldn't trade my hair for anything. I just, I like my long hair, but It is a pain in the butt to take care of. And to style it, you might as well forget it. I mean, if it's straight and long, I mean, it won't hold a curl. So it's either put it up, like this, or put it in a ponytail, or, speaking of, this is falling. There's just not a whole lot you can do with it. So I seen a real cute hairstyle online today. Um, it looked like a rainbow. It had all different colors, just like the rainbow had pink and blue and green. And I would do something like that even at my age. I thought it was neat as hell. But my luck, somebody'd screw it up. Or it'd be all one color or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's hard for me to reach back up and braid because I can't really lift this shoulder, above my head. I can, but it'll probably pop out of socket. So I don't do that. So it's kind of hard. I mean, I guess I could go like this. I used to work, I had a nurse's aide that she'd get to work and she'd be running late and, running there, clock in, get to her station. And she could see all the nurses looking at her like, you need to put your hair up. And, once she got her stuff put down, here she goes, just real fast, like French braiding even. It's like, how do you do that? I mean, within 5 minutes, she had all that hair braided up. I have exactly 2 choices with my hair, clown hair and business hair. Oh, that's funny. Clown hair and business hair, huh? That's funny. Well, mine's usually just like this, right on top of my head. And I can't wear it down around the house if I'm doing housework or dishes or anything like that because it gets into everything and in my way, and just easier to stack it on top of my head and go on about my business. Even getting in the car anymore when I go to put my seatbelt on, I don't know how many times I have literally locked when my hair was down, locked my hair in with my seatbelt. That's a rude awakening when you don't know that you've done it and you go to get out of the, and, you know, it gets all tangled up in your seatbelt. Only me. Leave it to me. Well, I guess I'll get off here, guys. I'm sorry, John. I've already been on here an hour and a half, dear. I may come back on at my usual time though. 3 o'clock in the morning, and I may be asleep. I don't ever know what I'm doing nowadays. Whoever invented the hair clip oh, yes, ma'am, it is. Yes, yes. Yeah. Fast, quick, easy. Some of the clips are really cute. I mean, yeah. I don't know what I'd do without mine. I go through a lot of them too, though. They can only stand so much. I'll go to open one day and it'll just snap right in half. And I have to get, the big ones, not these little ones, these big ones. Your favorite invention is an antiseptic? Soap is the best. Well, yeah. It's definitely a necessity in our lives as I perceive it. Of course, someone in nursing would say that. Yeah. I'm sure you do if yours, is as long as mine. You gotta have them. I kind of wish I hadn't let that girl thin my hair out though, because it's not ever come back. It's still thin. I don't know. And come to find out, it wasn't my hair causing those headaches anyway. It was, all the crap going on inside my heart, my circulation, and my arteries. You're gonna go? Yeah, I need to get off here and give my Lexi her medicine. Um, it's good to talk to you again, Mama Wolf. I ain't got to see you in a long time. Did you know that the person who discovered the benefits of hand washing in the medical was committed to an asylum? Oh, really? No, I didn't know that. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate you, and it's good chatting with you. Gotta go give my baby her medicine, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.